Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing swatches with you from Glam Polish. This is their 5th anniversary launch that releases November 23rd at noon Eastern Time. So this is a magical spells collection. It is limited edition and it is inspired by different spells from the Harry Potter series. So there are 9 polishes in total in the collection. I have 5 to show you today and each of them will retail for $12.50. And so since they release on the 23rd, they do have a lot of good Black Friday information. I won't be able to tell you all of that right here unless I read directly from my phone, which I know bothers a lot of people. So instead, I will link that in the description box below. I will also link their site, their Instagram page, and my Instagram page where I will have more swatches of the polishes I received from this collection. So like I said, I have 5 of the 9 and let's go ahead and get started. So first up we have Wingardium Leviosa, and this is described as a ruby jelly with red to gold to green color shifting unicorn shimmer. So here is our first coat of Wingardium Leviosa. As to be expected with Glam Polish, this has a great formula. It is smooth, it is buttery, it's easy to use, easy to work with, doesn't run or pull, not too thick, not too thin, very repetitive as far as glam goes. You do get a ton of shimmer out with this one, and I also had no staining or anything like that. So here's the second coat, and this one does deepen up quite a bit in 2 coats. Depending on like your application of what you want, this will deepen up even more with a 3rd coat, but I am happy with full opacity here on 2, so I am going to just stop at 2. These do dry down pretty dull, so you will want a nice glossy top coat to help that shimmer stand out. So there's 2 coats. Up next we have Alohomora, and this is described as a sea foam crelly with magenta to red to gold to green color shifting unicorn shimmer. So here's our first coat of Alohomora. This one does go on pretty sheer here on this first coat. It will have to be built up. It is a little bit thicker than the last polish, but it is very easy to work with still. Again, the shimmer in this one stands out really nicely against even the light base. So here's the second coat, and this one builds up really nicely here on 2 coats, and if you did do a thick enough second coat, I'm sure you would be fine with this one on 2. It's more getting this one even for me, so I am going to go in for a 3rd coat for that reason. So here is our 3rd coat, and this one does cover completely and evenly on 3 coats. Once again, this one does dry down a little bit dull, so you will want a nice glossy top coat. And the finish on this one and the completed look on this one is just absolutely beautiful. Next up we have Stupefy, and this is described as a violet crelly with red to gold to green color shifting unicorn shimmer. So here's our first coat of Stupefy. And this one is even more sheer than the last one. This one is definitely going to need 3 coats to be built up to full opacity. But the finished look of this is really nice. I think that coppery pink flecky shifting shimmer in there really stands out nicely against a purple base, so this one does overall look nice. So here is the second coat, and again this one builds up nicely on 2 coats. It's just not completely there. If you're not super picky, I'm sure this would be fine in 2 coats for you, but for the sake of the swatch I am going to go ahead and show a 3rd coat, but just for the record, the nail line looks much worse here on camera than it is in person. So here's the 3rd coat, and this one does cover completely in 3 coats. Once again, this one does dry down pretty dull, so you will want a nice glossy top coat just to finish this one off. And I do highly recommend Glam Polish's glossy top coat. So there's 3 coats. Next up we have Impedimenta, and this is described as a purple jelly with red to gold to green color shifting unicorn shimmer. Here's our first coat of Impedimenta. This one goes on really nice here on this first coat. It's a little bit patchy, so I am going to go in for a second, and because it's not opaque. This one has a fantastic formula. It's, you know, not too thick, not too thin, easy to use. We got baby giggling on my lap and baby playing with Legos next to me, so I'm sorry for all the background noise. But again, this one is just fantastic. So here's the second coat, and this one does cover completely in 2 coats for me, and it deepens the color so much. Again, this is another example of looking amazing against the dark base that shimmer does. And if you'd like an even deeper finish to this, you can go in for a 3rd coat, and once again you will want a nice glossy top coat, so there's 2 coats. And lastly we have Riddikulus, and this is described as a light gray crelly with magenta to red to gold to green color shifting unicorn shimmer. So here's our first coat of Riddikulus, and this one is a lot like Stupefy in that it is very sheer here on this first coat, but it is very easy to use, very easy to work with, bless you, and has a fantastic formula. I really am always impressed with how Glam Polish formulates their polishes to be pretty consistent across the board. So here's the second coat, and once again, depending on your application, 2 coats might be totally fine with you, and once again, for the record, the nail line looks even worse here than it does in person, which it doesn't even look terrible here, but I am going to go ahead and just show you the 3rd coat for, consistency purposes. So here is that 3rd coat, and this one does cover 100% on 3 coats. Again, you will want a nice glossy top coat. And since this is shimmer in here and not glitter, none of these are going to dry textured, none of them are going to be difficult to remove, and none of them have stained me either. So this is a really nice collection. So there's 3 coats. So I do have 2 favorites of the ones that I was sent. The first one is Alohomora, and this is my favorite of all of them. If I were to only pick one, this would definitely be my favorite. It is so freaking beautiful. I have such an affinity for these like copper, these shimmer filled light blue polishes, and this one really hit the mark for me, so I love this one. And then the other one is Impedimenta. This is so beautiful. The shimmer in this stands out so nicely. It has a great formula. It is purple, so I don't see myself wearing it all that often, but it is one of those purples that I will absolutely 100% reach for. So this one, I mean, maybe it's something in the season, but I'm really liking these dark purples with the strong shimmers. So I really like this one. And that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of the polishes I received. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Also, let me know if you've seen the rest of this collection, what your favorite was just in general. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time. Bye.